Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about creating content on YouTube and specifically for new content creators. I know a couple of people who have said that they want to create a YouTube channel in 2025 and they've asked me a couple of questions, so I'd like to try and answer some basic questions about having a YouTube channel and just kind of tell my story. And then if there are more specific questions that people have that they want to know more details about, maybe you can comment those below. So my channel I've had since 2020, but most of the content from 2020 I've fully deleted. So more recently, and the way that the channel exists right now, the way that you're able to see it, the channel has been around for about 2 years, and in the past 6 months I've become a lot more serious about my channel. So the change that happened to make me become more serious about my channel was leaving my job. So I had a 9-to-5 job working at a bank. I left that job and started focusing on YouTube. So at the time when I left my job, I had around 183 subscribers, thereabouts. I don't remember the exact number, but it's 180 something. And now, as I'm recording this video, I have a little over 1,500. So one of the ways that I was able to grow my channel was by marketing my channel. I used Google Ads to market my channel, and I actually don't recommend that. So even though it grew my channel and I actually appreciate the new subscriber base a lot, there was a lot of subscribe and then bounce activity going on. So maybe the ads were attracting bots or something. And I also felt like it almost made my channel feel less sincere anyway. And I asked some, I have a Facebook group that I'm part of for content creators, which is something that I encourage other content creators to do, is to join a community of creators. But anyways, I asked in my group, one of my groups, hey, what do you guys think of my channel, honestly? Do you think that I'm messing things up? And a lot of people told me to leave marketing alone. I do think that there are some benefits for marketing your channel. And one of the benefits that I noticed for my channel specifically is I live in Japan. And actually, a lot of the content I create is about living in Japan or traveling in Japan. But because there's a language barrier sometimes, it may not be interesting or enjoyable for someone who lives here already to sit and watch a 14-minute vlog, especially if I'm not using a lot of subtitles. And I've tried using subtitles and I don't feel that they help to retention, and I don't want to say they create more work because I have a program that helps with that. Sorry, I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself. So I feel that the audience that is here, that is local to my location, isn't super interested in my long form content. And the way that I'm able to conclude that is based on data. YouTube content creators have access to their channel's analytics. Analytics is basically charts and number figures that shows who's watching your channel. So I can tell when I log into my YouTube studio, where all of my analytics are, I can tell, are more people that are living in the US watching my YouTube channel, or more people in Japan watching my channel, or maybe more people in Guam. I can tell generally what the age range of my subscriber is. Are there more 50-year-olds or are there more 17-year-olds? I can see numbers and graphs that represents who's engaging with my channel. And I think it's important to pay attention to those figures when you're making decisions for your channel. So going back to marketing, The one benefit that I took away from marketing my channel was being able to reach different communities that might be more interested in the style and specific way that I'm creating content, or maybe the information that I'm able to present. For example, a person who's lived here in Japan all of their life probably already knows how to use the Shinkansen or get an IC card. But someone who's visiting Japan for the first time probably doesn't know too much about it, or might benefit from a little bit of information about that. So that's an example of how it did help my channel a little bit. But I don't think that marketing is the ideal way to gain subscribership, because of the fact that it attracted a lot of bots for me. This information, this advice is all specific to my experience. Like, I'm basically telling you guys what happened for my channel, and then hopefully you can apply that to your channel or consider it when you're making decisions for your channel and have better results than I did. So moving on, I think in the beginning when I started creating content, one of the things I was really worried about was how many subscribers I have, and like if anybody unsubscribed, I would hyperfixate on like, oh, why did they unsubscribe, what happened? Or if I got new subscribers, I would be super excited about the number, and I'd go back to check and see if I'm getting more subscribers. Now the number that I care about and that I track a lot more is my view duration on videos. That's the thing that I care about more than any other data figure on my channel. And the reason I care about how long people watch my content so much is it's a really easy way to verify if something was interesting or valuable to someone or not. How much time they spent on the video, especially in relation to the video's length. So if you're watching this video right now and you've been watching this whole time and you're hearing what I'm saying, you've watched a certain percentage of the video. If you clicked off right away, you barely watched the video, and that's actually going to hurt my channel because your bounce rate on your videos hurts your channel. However, engagement sometimes can be good no matter what, to some extent. So I don't want to like minimize the value of someone watching your video and then leaving, but ideally I think it's a lot better if the majority of viewers watch your channel, watch your videos all the way through. I think that is the most beneficial way to grow your channel. The other thing I think about a lot is like audience, like what the audience is going to relate with. Not everyone is going to relate with the same information, and so if you're concerned that the audience may not resonate with what you have to say, I would say to go ahead and make the content in your own way, and then see if someone who likes your style of delivering the content that you make will watch your videos. So there could be lots of people making this same video in theory, right? How to start a YouTube channel, what to do if you're starting a YouTube channel, etc., in the same category, but there's no one else out there who's going to make the video in the exact same way that I would, and the way that I make this video will resonate with some people and not with others. So one of the things that you're really looking for is a community that understands your content and appreciates it and relates with you specifically. And the community that relates with and enjoys your content may not be the same that relates with and enjoys content that is similar to yours but by another creator. So I feel like that's something not to worry about so much, but it's something that might be a thought for some people. I think the main thing I was worried about when creating content in the beginning was how people would perceive me. I was very worried about if people will click on the channel and then see me in a negative light, or maybe make assumptions about me which are false. And as time has gone on, I feel like that's less and less of a concern, because realistically speaking, some people are just 100% not going to get you no matter what. And chances are in that case, the content wasn't for them. And the other thing is some people really like to be trolls. And speaking of trolls, YouTube does have some features that allows you to protect your channel's privacy and stop harassment. So if someone is trolling your channel, there's ways that you can block them and remove their content. It's not something that I use a lot, but on occasion I'll get someone who makes an inappropriate remark, or I don't know, just start spamming the channel with stuff that's completely not related. And yeah, I'm not gonna just leave them in my comment section taking space rent free. They gotta go. So if you're worried about people that are like kind of like troublesome, I would recommend just delete them and keep it moving. That's how I keep it going for my channel. And 9 times out of 10, most people are really, really sweet and leave productive or constructive comments. I've had a couple of people give comments with negative feedback, which I thought was worth taking on board. So sometimes a comment that is not 100% positive can be really, really helpful. For example, if someone comments on a video and says they can't hear the audio or they don't like the audio, that's something I'm really going to want to think about. Like, why are they having trouble with the audio? Is there some sort of a technical issue, or did I fail to make the volume high enough? What could I do better so that person who's watching the video can actually enjoy the content and hear what is being said? So that's like a valid, complaint, The other thing is editing. For editing and creating my content after I've recorded it, I use CapCut, but I have experimented with using Canva and some other platforms that allow for editing just to see what the different results will be. But I completely 100% recommend CapCut. That's been the most efficient thing that I've been able to use for my channel for editing. And eventually I went ahead and paid for the pro version of it. I think it's worthwhile depending on the type of content you're creating. I enjoy features like the noise reduction or the voice enhancement, where if you go to a noisy place and there's like a lot of background sounds, it can clarify your voice. That's something I really appreciate and use a lot for CapCut that is only available in the pro version. I also use Epidemic Sound for my music, and I think that's increased the quality of my videos a lot. It's also made the range of sounds and background ambiance that I have a lot wider. When I first started my channel, I was using Audio Library, which is available on YouTube. I think it's kind of up to you what way you go with audio. You really don't need music, but I like to have music because I feel like it can set the mood or create a vibe. When it comes to music, it's definitely up to you, but I enjoy using Epidemic Sound. None of these software programs or like things that I use to help with my channel are sponsored, by the way. This is just my opinion or like what I'm actually actively using. The other thing is equipment. So I'm recording this video on my OSMO Pocket 3, and that is a DJI camera. Before that, some of my older videos used the Sony ZV-1F. If you want to see which camera I used, usually I put it in the description of my videos so you can kind of compare the quality between the two different types. The other thing I want to get into real quick is how much money that I have made on YouTube. So I currently have a little bit over 1,500 subscribers, and I have made $0 on YouTube. And the reason for making no money on YouTube, despite having over 1,000 subscribers, is because my watch time is not high enough. So when it comes to content creation, my understanding is that there's multiple ways to create an income on YouTube, and one of them is AdSense. So even though I've been told by some subscribers that ads sometimes show on my videos, I'm currently not getting any revenue from those because I don't have enough watch time hours. So I think truly the amount that you get paid from YouTube depends on how many subscribers you have, how much watch time you have, and ultimately how able you are to diversify yourself. Something I would like to do moving forward is start working with brands, but in a curated way so it doesn't interrupt the content. I think that is going to help make the channel grow, and it's going to basically benefit my channel's monetary success. I also think that YouTube's membership program is pretty cool, and that might be something that's worthwhile to check out. But I really want these videos to be as accessible as possible to everyone. So I don't know, whatever I do in the future regarding monetization is going to be something I'll have to give a lot of consideration. But yeah, I think overall, after going full-time on YouTube for about 6 months, I can honestly say it was a good decision. It's been a lot of a learning curve. Getting more comfortable in front of the camera has been important for me, but I don't think it's important or a requirement for you to have a successful YouTube channel. I've noticed that there are some channels where the YouTuber who has that channel doesn't even barely show their face. Maybe they only show their hands. They don't talk to the camera at all. Maybe they just put like subtitles on the screen to show like what they're doing or where they're going, and that's it. And they have a lot of subscribers, and it seems like they're doing well for themselves. Alright, so the last thing I wanted to say is I don't think that there is any one specific way that you can appear on YouTube and create content and be 100% better than everybody else per se. I think there are many ways to be successful on YouTube, and honestly, the way that's right for me may not be the way that's right for you. And being original on YouTube is so important. So yeah, if you want to start a YouTube channel, I think that you should. And not that you need my invitation to do so, but I definitely want to extend some encouragement. I don't really know what I'm doing, but here we are. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!